Hello, and welcome to Why I Love Warhammer, the series where I go into an unscripted ramble about why I love something in this hobby. And given the planned upload date for this episode is going to be January 1st, and a Happy New Year. This is actually the last of the 40k faction focus videos that I've got because as of Deathwatch, I'll have done every single army. I'm planning on doing a redo of my Necrons and Chaos Knights video, but yeah, this is the end of the faction focus content. I've still got more videos planned. I've got more I want to talk about. But yeah, welcome to the last of the faction focuses. I'll have covered every faction at this point, and because I love every faction in this hobby, what can I say? The Deathwatch are particularly cool to me because the Deathwatch is a group of Space Marines where you can join the Deathwatch as like a secondment from any other faction. And you can see it in here. We've got Imperial Fists, we've got Space Wolves, we've got Ultramarines, we've got Salamanders. Like every faction, every Space Marine can choose to take some time out and join the Deathwatch, and you get a new shoulder pauldron. And then when you're done with your secondment in the Deathwatch, you maintain that Deathwatch pauldron because it shows that you've done that. I think that's really cool. It means you've got a really varied and unique army that is entirely of a construction that you design. This on screen is the combat patrol for them, and I just think it looks really cool. You know, classic Space Marines, but with the Deathwatch upgrades. And I just think they look really cool. The colour scheme, I'm a sucker for a well-made black colour scheme with the silver, I think, adds a lot to it. And you can just really go to town with it, and it's so different. You can practice other factions as well as you do the shoulder pads for them. And yeah, and so you can use just like any Space Marine models you like and just upgrade them and paint them up to be Deathwatch. That makes them really special to me, and I just think they're really cool. That said, every time I make a fantasy Deathwatch list, I always try and keep it to just the Deathwatch models. Just a bit of a challenge, makes things a bit more creative. So let's go through a few of the other models, because most of these are upgraded regular Marine boxes. The Watchmaster, I just think it looks cool. It's a really good leader for them. It's all Deathwatch all the time. The spear looks like it's from a Custodes. It's just, yeah, look, it just oozes authority, and I think that's really cool. I love the cloak and all of the little details that make a Deathwatch model Deathwatch. It has in spades everywhere. It just screams of someone who's dedicated their life to the Deathwatch, and that I think is really cool. It really adds some depth to your models, and with it being Deathwatch, you can paint all of them. If you've got more than one, you can paint them all differently, and it still works. This just, yeah, really sweet looking model. Classic kill team again. We've got stuff from different factions. We've got Space, we've got a White Scar, you got Raven Guard, Salamander, Ultramarine, Dark Angels, another Ultramarine Imperial Fist. I just think it looks really cool. It really shows the diversity of the characters you can have in your Deathwatch army. And it's got the two little extra base, little servo skull, which servo skulls are horrifying in the best way for this setting. So having one of them with you is going to be cool. And I just think they look amazing, and this variety you get with them, I think, really shows and really makes your Deathwatch army so unique and personal to you. Another kill team, same deal, but a bit more elite. I think these guys just look really cool. I love the guns, the shield, the hammer, the flamer. Just phenomenal set of models. And with the Deathwatch upgrades, I think it looks really cool. I love the shield, the super intricate lettering on half the shield makes it a really striking model, and I think that's so nice. And yeah, just that it's that same motif but just more of it. I think it works so well. I mean, I'd probably paint mine up so that I'd probably build mine so they're all helmeted up, but the range of weaponry on these guys is so cool. I love this mace being held by the guy at the shield as well. Okay, the Deathwatch Flyer, the only Deathwatch specific vehicle. I just think this thing looks beautiful, proper flying stand, and this thing flying around will be amazing. More than one, even more so. Just, I think the Deathwatch get a really cool vehicle here, and it's just something very fun and unique about them. Now, this is going to be a short video because there aren't that many Death Guard specific models. Sorry, Deathwatch specific models, but I did want to go through what I'd make my personal Deathwatch list to be. Just a bit of fun, and it's the kind of thing of when you got limited range, you sometimes wonder how could I make this into a full army. What I tried to do was I tried to go for an army that was game legal for the current 10th edition, but also would work with like more traditional force organization charts, and feature as much as possible purely Deathwatch models that you can't have in other Space Marine ranges. I made one exception for a model I'm particularly fond of in the Space Marine range. Just the Rhino. You can have a Rhino in any Deathwatch list, any Space Marine list. I like the Rhino. I think it's a really cool model, and they've got a good purpose. They're small, stocky. Models which use the Rhino chassis are always my favourite models, so the Rhino's got to be in there. So this is my fantasy list. We've got three Watchmasters as your leaders, got a combat patrol, this kill team, 4 of this squad with a Rhino. So these guys as the troops to have. So 4 of them, Rhino, and 2 of these flyers. I just think, as much as it's probably not the most well-rounded list, it game legal and it's fluffy. It's fluffy as anything, and I think, given that the meta game can change a lot with Warhammer very quickly, build lists that are fluffy because their time will come to be good. But if you build a list that's just good, you're going to lose a lot of the appeal when it stops being good. So this is my super fluffy Deathwatch list. I really like it, and it's purely Deathwatch only models plus a Rhino. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed the 40k faction focus. And yeah, with that, I'm going to say current question of the day. Let's just be super general. What's your favourite army in 40k? What's your favourite faction? Gush about something you love. If you want to like this video, I'd really appreciate it. If you drop me a subscription, there'll be more unbridled positivity coming your way from this channel. There's more stuff I want to talk about why I love in this hobby that's not a 40k faction. I want to go through the other games in this, the other games like Middle Earth, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, Legions Imperialis, Horus Heresy, Warcry, Kill Team. I want to go through more of the games. In a general sense, explaining why I love them. There'll be more of the, lore in 4 sentences, and I'm also planning on doing like a weekly news roundup on Mondays of this is the news from the week. But yeah, I really hope you enjoy the playlist. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to share this with any friends, I'd really appreciate that. If you want to support me monetarily, there's a Patreon in the description. And with that, Warhammer fans, that's the end of the video, and I hope you're having a really good day.